Hello everyone. I'm going to talk to you about the factorial rule. Factorials are whenever you have an exclamation point following a number. With the factorial rule, it's like the multiplication counting rule, except that the arrangements that you have, the order matters. So right here there's an example. 4 factorial. What that actually says is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You do multiplication between each descending digit of the from your number that's listed as your factorial. So if it was 10 factorial, it'd be 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 and so forth. You do not multiply by 0, otherwise every factorial would end up equaling 0. But 0 can be a factorial, and by special definition 0 factorial equals 1. The factorial rule is based on the principle that the first item may be selected in different ways. So my total possible outcome is represented by n. So the total different ways it can be selected. But then the second item is less 1 from that total possible ways. And really what helps is to just be able to see an example of the type of problem. So here's the thing. 3 friends, indicated by the colors of the stick figures, red, blue, and green, can get in line to get movie tickets. What are the possible ways they can stand in line? So we can have it just like it's given, and then we can rotate through. And notice each time they're not repeating the same position that they were in before. Every time they're in a different position. For instance, here you can see the blue stick figure is in the same position, but notice green and red are rotated. So all 3 of them are never in the same position. Order matters. And there's 6 total possible outcomes, and how we find that is by taking the n factorial. There are 3 people, that's my sample space. So 3 factorial is simply 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 6. Factorials will be used whenever we look at permutations and combinations. So it's important that you understand how to use factorials. If your calculator does not have the ability to do factorials, then you just have to multiply each one of them out. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 and so forth. The larger the factorial is, the larger that your product's going to be. And it takes more time, but with basic factorials from let's say 5 down, the math is simple. But then I'll show you some shortcuts of how to be able to do the factorials by hand when we look at some permutation and some combination problems. Alright guys, that is the factorial rule, and also the main takeaway from that is to remember what a factorial is, and that this applies whenever the order matters. So it's not just simply doing the multiplication counting rule, that you must do a factorial whenever the order of how they're being arranged matters. Watch the publisher's videos. Critically think and structure your homework, guys. Good luck with the rest of your homework.